how did you go from this experimentation phase, the passion for music, the passion for this nerdy gear that you bought instead of a driver's license?
Yeah.
How did you go from there to more of these other compositions? Like where did you find this transition? Because you were always doing this on the side of your job.
Yeah.
Where did you say, hey, this is a little bit more serious than just a hobby? Where did you transcend into saying, I want to expand on this. I want to keep doing this. Like, was it just a spark in your heart that you say, I just keep doing this. I can't not do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if you were there, but one time we were at Boomer Music in Motion and we were talking with a group of composers. Yeah. And I actually said that, well, why do you do the things you do? I cannot not do this. If I'm not doing it, I get cranky.
Okay. How is that like a cranky Minko? Is that something unhandleable, or is that do you make weird sounds?
Myself, you mean like the Minko synthesizer now?
If you can't make it, then you create it just by vocal cords.
But I get a little bit uneasy, and I'm not fun to be around, I think. It's a bit addictive, maybe, to also make it. But on the other end, I can also do a lot of other things. So it's not that if I really need to, I could drop it aside and do something else. But I would, when I was working in industrial automation, I liked the people, I liked the work, but I also saw colleagues of mine which were 10 years older, and I said, I'm not want to be like that when I'm 10 years older. So I thought maybe something has to change. I was also having, the year before that, I was having a little bit health problems. So it also makes you think a little bit, what do I want to do? Do I want to spend my time in a factory doing things? Or do I want to also do a little bit more of my creative side on a different level? And then I decided one day to just go for it, quit the job. I have some savings that I could use, and then to experience what it is to be a composer full time.
This is probably for some newer composers or young creatives that are listening in, or maybe even watching things on YouTube. This is the most crucial point. How do you make that decision? And when do you say, sure, the people flirt with the idea, right? Like they have their job, maybe they have a little bit of savings, and they say, I kind of want to do this full time, but that step seems to be the hardest to take.
Yeah, but there's a couple of things that you then have to take in consideration. So if you do creativity, when I was programming machines, that's also a thing of creativity. It's not that you can't can be creative in only the creative industries, because everything is creativity. You add value to something else, and that involves creativity. But the thing with what I'm doing now is that everything depends on me. I start from nothing and create something. It's not like we have this this pre-packaged thing that we can use, that we use there and that we're going to use here. And now my name is on the product. That's also a little bit different.
Yeah.
But you were talking about, you said before, like don't have a plan B, like Ed Sheeran said.
I believe Ed Sheeran said never have a plan B, but then because you're already adopting plan A. Yeah,
but I would say be smart. So you have to have a way of living, and you should also follow the energy, because that's also a thing. But the plan B thing, I would say, je kan dit niet een beetje doen. If you go and do this, also if you're doing it as a side hustle, you have to do it with the energy and the thing to go for it, because people will notice if it's different.
I agree. So you're saying you can only go at full force, even if it's on the side, and you can't do it half-ass.
Yeah, and if you are having it as a plan A, and you really need the money, you will pick things. You have the possibility that you would pick things. So everybody's now listening, riding along. So I have to pick my words wisely. I think you can end up pick things that make you hate these things
that you love at first.
That you love at first. I went to a Hans Zimmer concert once.
Yeah.
His first one he gave in Europe. It was in Belgium, and he sat next to Joris de Man, and Joris de Man, you know.
Yeah.
That was the first time I met a guy who made music that I liked, who could make a living of it.
Yeah, he was doing the music for Guerrilla Games.
Yeah, for
Killzone.
Killzone at that time, he was working on Killzone. I went to visit him in Amsterdam after that concert once, and we spoke about, and he said, if I work a lot of hours, and a lot of those hours are great, but a lot of those hours are also just work.
Yeah.
And you can be totally burnt out of music. He knew people who had that. I know also people who have that.
From doing what they love, they made it a career, and then actually they're killing their dreams.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're killing their dreams, but it's different than they expected, and they don't have that same vibe, that same energy. So I was talking with a friend of mine who does something different. It's not in the... Yeah, he makes content and he sells courses about what he makes content of. But he was saying, if you do something, you should do something that gives you a little bit of energy. And I agree with him. That is the thing. If you make it the choice to go do the creative route, you have to not only make it here, but also have to make it here.
Yeah.
But you can also make it from here and not use this. So the plan B thing is also using this. You have to have some form of income. And at the moment when I said I'm going to change careers, I at least try it, I had a buffer. I could do it. I also had a house and a girlfriend or wife, and we needed to have food on the tables also.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do just follow the passion, follow your heart. You can follow your passion. If nobody wants to buy your passion, it's still...
So you're saying kind of definitely take the risk and kind of go full force at it, but
because you will be
responsibly.
You will have more energy. You will. When I finally decided that I would quit my job and try it, even though I didn't calculated everything yet.
Yeah.
Because I thought if I have to calculate a little bit more, work a little bit longer, then I would also do it. A thing lifted off my shoulders. I was much happier. I thought, then I knew I'd made the right decision.
So didn't you think later on, did I do this earlier? Or did you say like, no, this was exactly the right timing for me?
Yeah, because I think it was the right timing. Because I'm a little bit older, a little bit wiser. But also... stuff happens like it happens. If you, I should have done that earlier, doesn't bring you further in the now. It doesn't help you.
I agree.
And also, it has to be your own process. If somebody else says to you, you should do this, you shoot all over yourself. But also for yourself, if I should do this, you have to do it.
Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.